Hey, welcome back. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to The Disciplined Guy. I've got a pretty good story for you today. This one involves the act of cheating coming out in an argument. And then it seems to be ruining this relationship. Let's talk about this one. Title of it: I killed the innocence in my marriage, and now I'm afraid to make any moves. I just want to do the right thing from this point. Help, please. So this lady is reaching out to Reddit, asking for help on this situation about how she fixes her marriage. Hopefully it can, and but a lot of times I see that it can't be. All right, let's read this. I cheated, and now I don't know what the right thing to do is. I do not want to make any more mistakes. I am the villain in this story. I'm sorry. I'm beating myself up more than you could possibly begin to understand, and I know I deserve more, but I am just trying to do the right thing, and clearly my moral compass doesn't point north. Yeah, we can tell. So I need help in not wronging this man again. I hope you have a minute because I need the air. It is all the most accurate answers. 36-year-old female, cheated on my then fiance, husband now, 36-year-old male, 4 years ago, but I only told him last year. I absolutely told him in the worst way possible. We were in the middle of a really bad fight, and I was certain we were over after 7 years, but then he turned it around and refused to walk away from us and not give up on me. So I want to know how he told her, how she told him. In those few moments when I believed we were over, I realized that I had a small twinge of relief because the guilt of deceiving this man for so long and trying to make it up to him every day, even though he had no idea, was exhausting, but more so it was heartbreaking. So that's one thing that it makes it worse. You held something that you knew was such a big thing away from me, didn't give me a chance to make a decision, or didn't give me a chance to make a decision. It's even more deceptive that you kept this ruse up for all of these years. And for the person, you can see it weighed on her. It weighed on her heart. You want to go through your life having this weight on your heart for all these years? It's not the way to live life. If you made a mistake, come out. Hey, I made a mistake, and we either gonna continue being together or not. But you'll have that off your heart, and then you gave this person an opportunity to make a decision. All right, let's keep going. I love my husband so much. He is my person. I feel like every time I read one of these stories, I hear that. I love my husband so much. Okay, let's keep going. He is my person. He accepts all of me, every imperfection, and loves me regardless. I feel absolutely stunning when he looks at me and feels so safe. I suffered from a traumatic experience which has had some long-term effects, and he has supported me so much in figuring out how to navigate life and be proud of myself. This is important for later. So I couldn't bear the thought of continuing our marriage with this one lie hanging over our happy life. He had a right to know and choose for himself, as he has done nothing but show support for the trauma trophy I carry with me by exploring a monogamous relationship. She seemed like she's just rambling on at this point, but I mean, she gets to it. Yes, he deserves to know. And not only does it deserve to know, he deserves to be able to make a decision about how he wants to live his life going forward. It could be with you. It could not be with you. But he deserves to know this. And the fact that you hid it for so long is even worse to me. It's even worse. All right, let's continue on. So I blurted it out like word vomit. And this was the absolute wrong way to approach it because he felt like I was weaponizing it. Yep, that I can see how that can be interpreted that. Well, I cheated on you and I did it because you act like this. And so, yes, that even if she didn't say that, the mentality could first go in that direction. I took my lumps. He yelled, he screamed, and lectured, and rightfully so. I sat there and apologized profusely, answered all his questions, listened, and acknowledged his feelings. We talked it out, and he forgave me. Oh man, that's a quick forgiving there. Let's keep reading. He wasn't mad about the act itself, and it was that one time that meant absolutely nothing, but that I hid it and didn't tell him right away and trust him to handle it. I feel like I hear that being said a lot when I read these stories. It was only that one time. It meant nothing, but then you keep reading follow-ups and it was not just that one time, and it did mean something because you kept doing it. So yeah, let's keep going. I was absolutely relieved and promised it would never happen again. Okay. Let's keep going and see what happens. Long story short, a year later, we figured out he was subconsciously punishing me. He would take little jabs here and there and would joke about it. He stopped going on dates with me. He stopped complimenting me. All the little romance was depleting and just kind of took a penance, figuring I deserved it. Okay. I don't think that's what it is. I think he actually isn't over this, and this is a way for him to deal with it. He's not over this situation, and this is him expressing it. Now, I don't think this is a necessarily good way to express it, but he's expressing that he still has a problem with this, and it does seem like he's kind of punishing you a little bit. I get it. I get him saying these things and not wanting to go on dates because this probably changed his perspective of you. Like, he has this person who he thought was his rock, and he's been there to support through this bad time that you were talking about, and you did this to him and brought it out in almost a jabbing type of way, a weaponized type of way, like he said. So I get it. I think if you're going to choose to move forward, you need to find a way to deal with this better than what you've already chosen to do, because it didn't work. Oh, there goes the rain again. I know I'm completely in the wrong here. I made a bad choice, maybe more than one in how I delivered, but I am still human. One can only take so much chipping away at their self-esteem for punishment for so long until there's nothing left to chip away. I agree with that. Then you need to go ahead and move on. You need to go ahead and move on from the relationship. If there's going to be nothing left to chip away at, then you need to move on. Learn from your mistakes, learn from your actions, and don't do this again. It's that simple. Don't do this again. Maybe the next time the relationship will work out better, because I'm sure that you will be able to find a relationship with somebody else. After 18 months, it hadn't stopped, and I would begin crying during my lunch breaks, and was desperately trying to get him to look at me like he was proud of me as his wife again. So I broke down and asked him if he really has forgiven me or if he will ever forgive me. We talked it out and fought it out, and the final blow for me was after he apologized and he said, now he actually forgives me. Oh, excuse me. Now he actually forgives me, and we should go to couples counseling to work this out. Hopefully couples counseling can get you in the right direction, because I still don't think he's forgiven you. I then apologized to him again, and I said I was sorry I kept it from him for so long. It's not an excuse, but I was scared to lose him because I am an idiot. If the roles were reversed, what would you do? I wouldn't have slept with him if the roles were reversed. My heart is broken. When I looked into his eyes, I felt so ashamed and could no longer see love for me. Do I leave and let him start over and be happy with somebody he deserves, or do I stay because he wants the marriage to work and I just need to lie in the bed that I've made. Which is the least selfish? Woo! So, in this situation, he needs to make a choice because he was the one that was cheated on. Her walking away from this would just, it would be more selfish because she's the one who created the problem, and then she would be walking away from him without giving him the opportunity to make a decision. Now, if she confronted him and said, hey, I did this, I was wrong, I made a mistake, I need to know that you're going to make a choice. Do you want to stay with me or do you want to walk away? If she wanted to confront him with that, I would totally get that from her side to say, hey, I want to know, are you going to stay or are you going to go? Because he needs to have that option to be able to make a decision to do that. It may take him a while to be able to do that as well. If he decides to go, then do whatever y'all need to do to be able to work things out so that you're not punishing him and he's not punishing you anymore. I'm talking from a financial standpoint, I'm talking about from the house standpoint that you're living in. This needs to be something that is not gonna make this wound worse. And so if you decide to go your separate ways, make it so it's easy on both of you to go your separate ways. If you decide to stay together, you might just have to bear this for your rest of your life. And I don't know if that's something that you are going to be capable of either, because you seem like you really don't have a grasp on how to handle these type of like serious conversations. You seem like you're just not good at it. So going to a counselor to be able to get some help so that you can get past this and he can get past this, that might be the best option for you. There's a lot of books out there about this type of thing. Go get some of those books. One of them I feel like is titled How to Be a Survivor of Infidelity or something to that extent. Go get some literature on this and read through it, and that'll be some ideas to be able to help you. Nothing wrong with trying to educate yourself, but you seem like you're lost in this situation, and it's not going to be something that's good for your mental health going forward. Yes, you made the mistake, but if sometimes when you make a mistake, you have to do a clean break to be able to move on and leave that in your past. You might not be able to do that. All right, good stuff. Anybody got any comments? Put them down below. You'll see my email also down below in the description for the video. Send me an email if you got anything that you want to talk about, and we can get that discussed on the channel. Like, subscribe if you found any value in the video. I'll see y'all next time. Have a good day.